Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming back, for all who came back. I appreciate that you're here. So, as the title kind of says, right now I am preparing the next section of the embroidery from last week. As you recall from last week, if you care to, please watch the previous video. It's in a playlist, so you can follow along as I make this journey. Um, But what I'm doing here in these next few clips is preparing for the next section. I haven't quite decided the next color. I still feel like it's going to be a form of pink. This was still a bit of a muted pink, as you see here in the first one. And I've added some design upgrades to it. But as you can see here is I'm finally applying from last week's lesson, in that number one, I wanted to see myself add a stiffener to the back. That did not exist initially, and I needed to press it in the beginning. So that's what you saw me there, was spraying some water from an old Dawn continuous spray. Save money where you can. And then you see me here just checking to make sure I have the right size fabric. I cut it down to an appropriate size to use to make sure it's comfortable for me to use in this hoop. And so that's what I'm preparing now. In this clip, you'll notice that I am putting it's gonna be a funny ride right now, but I'm putting the stiffener that I bought. I already bought these rolls of it, so everything I say from here on, just know I will not waste it. I will be very annoyed by it. In this clip, I'm cutting it down to size to fit the new section and prepare for the next area, as I said before. And this is where it gets funny, and I'm low-key a little embarrassed. It's not iron-on. It's not iron-on stiffener. You can see me real time figuring that out. Like, it is not an iron-on stiffener. I probably could have gotten away with buying some lightweight interfacing, but I did not. But I won't waste it, I promise you that. So you'll see me pen it down, put it in place, and then I'll take it to the sewing machine. So you could just watch me sew it in, which it's not a problem. Luckily, you can either hand sew it in with a solid back stitch, or you could just use a sewing machine. I have my sewing machine available to me, so that's what I'll use up next. So here I am admiring my work. it still needs some help. I noticed that there's wrinkling along the side, so maybe better pinning or whatever I need to do to better sew that in. But what you'll see me do here in the next few clips is I realized that I need to figure out how wide I actually want my border to be. Um, as you notice from the last video, one of the things that I noticed is that uh, my embroidery lines are wobbly. They're not exactly straight. Whatever ruler method I used at the time, I probably didn't use it well. So I'm taking the time out to figure out what the actual width of the embroidery piece will turn out to be. And I ended up settling on around 6 inches square. You'll see me mark it. But for those who are SI unit, I'll throw it up in some sort of tag or upper corner in the video screen right about now. But I settled on a 6-inch by 6-inch square. I figured that's a digestible size for all the border, and I'm just going to make sure I translate that here on this nice clean flat surface. So just know that I will be improving over time as I make these edits, but I thought I'd just freehand and be interesting on it. And after I set all this up, the next upcoming section will show what I end up deciding to do, and kind of go on a couching discussion on what I did last time, and then tell you later what I'm going to show as a video either in the next week to a couple weeks. I should add that in this clip right now, I am putting direction markers. Usually you would know this as like a green line, but I'm just saying, hey, this is the direction the piece is needing to go, so I can keep things interesting. So upcoming now, I'm going to discuss the progress of the border. Okay, so in this next section, as I discussed last video, I'm going to go over a brief, not history, but very brief, what couching is and what you do with it. In this section that was improved from last video, I took old yarn that I had. Well, I wouldn't say old, but yarn from a different project. It is 100% merino wool, and the embroidery thread used is what's called, why is it not coming up to my head? Oh, it's a type of wool embroidery thread. So this is an oddly 100% wool part of the project. Again, I maintain that I will continue to use secondhand threads, yarns, whatever I come across to kind of fill this in to kind of lower the cost. But this is a very beautiful embroidery thread. But couching essentially is when you take either ribbon, yarn, or another embroidery thread, or even a line of beads, and then you tie small embroidery stitches around each section periodically. This is used most often in large filler pieces, and that's what you see me use it here for. And what the next section that I'm working on is adding pink leaves to kind of add more to the tactile feeling of the embroidery thread that I'm using for this piece. And I decided to add the leaves as an extra tie-in to the stuffed fabric that I used to kind of continue this idea. Now, this will be a multicolor border, so this is not by no means going to be a consistent like leafy kind of experience, but this is just what I have on hand, and I'm just kind of letting my brain rest and just kind of design as I go. So I'm going to fill in the leaves with this kind of muted pink color, and then I may fill in with a darker pink. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. But as for the next section, I'm going to take a brief break so I don't tire myself out. And the next video will be about crochet. I am very new to crochet, so there will be a lot for me to learn here. And this crochet will be based upon what I'm doing for my grandmother, who requested it from me. So look forward to the next video and enjoy a little bit of snow in the sun. Thank you. Thank you for watching.